Hi everybody, it's Mercy and back again with another page from my Easter 2010 book. I'm going to go ahead and explain how I did this one layout. The first thing that you can see on the page is that I put post-it notes on the pictures. Somebody had suggested to me to go and put post-it notes, especially since it's dealing with kids with the internet and everything else. You know how things are, so they went ahead, they made the suggestion, and I thought that it's better to err on the side of caution. So I put some post-it notes, and I'm very sorry, but I tried to make them so that way it just blocks out the pictures and not so much the actual things that I did on the page. Sorry. The first thing that I did is the big circles, and the way that I got the big circles is in the Planton School Book on page 72. They have a roly-poly circle right here. And I went ahead and I put that in my Cricut Expression and I cut it at fit to page, and it cut out the circle. And then, since I didn't want to waste the paper, I took what was left over of it and I put it on the other page. The next thing that I did is the big, huge flourish that I have here. The way that I did that is on the Serenade cartridge, which is one of those little mini cartridges, and the very bottom right here, which you can't even tell, the very last one, it has this flourish. And I put on my Cricut Expression machine quantity 2 to cut 2 of them out, but then I put fit to page, so that way it would cut it as big as it could by fitting 2 in the page. Then, since I had one for one page, one for the other twins page, what I did is with the negative side, I inked it using the Blue Iris Color Q chalk ink, and I went ahead and inked that up. The next thing that I did is I cut out these, and plan, using the Life is a Beach cartridge, and I did this one at 1.5 inches, these letters, and then I inked up the very outer part, the edges, using the Blue Iris again. And then I use Game. I've had these, they're sort of like thickers, but they're made by Pink Paisley, and this one is called Limeade. I love them because they look a little bit, I don't know, like a little bit gothic, a little old medieval style. And then this one is called Berry Blue. And at the store they only had one of each color, so usually I buy everything in doubles since I have twins, but they only had one of this, so this is why I alternated the letters. So I went ahead and put these down. Now the reason why the page is called The Game Plan is because in this picture right here, which you can't see, the father, my husband, is talking to my youngest one, and they're talking about how they should go ahead on the Easter egg hunt and what he needs to look out for and to try to get as many as he can, and so on and so forth. So that's why it's the game plan. They're like talking strategy. Now what I went ahead and did afterwards is that I saw that the circles themselves, even after I had distressed the edges with some ink from the Color Q chalk, it sort of looked like very plain to me, so I added some stickles, and then I went over the stickles with glossy accents so that way it could just be a little bit shinier. And that's what I did on this side, and also on this side, and even on the flourish. And then I put some flowers down, and in the middle of the flowers, and some of them I have rhinestones, and the other ones I have buttons. And then I finished off the page by doing my little journaling here, and I made my own paper. I just cut out a piece of paper, put these notches here, and I ran this in through the Cuttlebug, through the Floral Fantasy one, and then I just inked the raised part here with the Blue Iris, so that way it would pop out the image a little bit more. And then I got some ruled paper from Creative Memories, and I went ahead and I wrote my journaling there, and then I just put a little bit of ribbon on the top and put a little staple. So that's what I did with this page. The pages, all of the mats are the same color as this blue, and then the light blue that I used for the tag is the little notches here, the little photo corners that I have on the edge. And apparently EK Success has little photo corners in a punch, but I haven't been able to find it, and I would love to find it, because I actually make these by hand by getting just a square piece of paper, cutting it diagonally. If you just get a square, cut it diagonally, and then just cut out the notches, then it'll make that. So that's the way that I've been doing it, but that EK Success punch would make life so much easier, because right here I had to make 6, and that takes a little while. I'm sorry ahead of time for the noise that you guys are going to hear on my videos sometimes, because I have Cairo. She's an African Grey, and she always makes noise at the most inappropriate times. The whole entire day she'll be completely quiet, but once she sees that we're doing stuff, all of a sudden she'll come alive and she'll start beeping and honking and pretending she's a kitty cat or the microwave or anything. So I'm sorry. And my kids, of course, are screaming in the background. Anyway, this is my page. I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me. I love getting questions and comments. Have a good night. Bye.